Good evening, Love Nuggets. Welcome to the Shellyverse's weekly tarot forecast for the collective. This week is July 14th through the 20th, and we still have some doozies going on right now. We've got Mercury retrograde starting on July 17th. That's going to run to August 10th. And we also have Saturn retrograde that started yesterday into today, and it's going to run until November 28th of 2025. So both of these are really going to be pushing our buttons. We're going to really be focused on our communication and what we should be paying attention to right now. Hopefully everyone is been doing their work and going through the things that we need to summon ourselves into our best version. I like to call it leveling up, and I think we've been doing a wonderful job so far this year, or actually I guess since June when I started this. I also want to note that we have some important holidays coming up this week. We've got Bastille Day, which is for the French Revolution, and that's going to be on Monday the 14th. We have Nelson Mandela's International Day on July 18th. And of course, we have National Ice Cream Day, July 20th. And also we have Colombia's Independence Day there on the 20th. But let's go ahead. So this week we're going to be using the Seasons of the Witch in bulk edition, which is also Bridget. In bulk is also Bridget's feast day. So you can use it outside of the in bulk time frame. You're just going to be bringing in that energy of Bridget and newness and restructuring and regeneration. So it's a great deck right now while we're working on summoning ourselves into the best version. I'm continuing this theme throughout the year. I think it's important at this time that we don't lose hope and we continue to do our work. The better we do our work and continue to light up the world, the better everything is going to be in the long run. And I love you all so very much, my love nuggets. Now, let's move on to actually the oracle for the week. You're screaming into the void. You're hoping someone will listen and connect with you, and someone will be there for you and save you, but it's not working. So you need to be a little bit more outspoken in a positive way. Emotions scare a lot of people, and a lot of times it's not the best to you gotta be able to keep your head about you. So instead of wailing and screaming and feeling that why me, why can't I have this, you need to ask for what you need or what you want, whether that's a raise, moving on into the next step of a relationship, what have you. You need to step into that with a respect, not that entitlement. Show, in some cases, you may need to show the problem, the solution, and the outcome. Now, that may not be the case for a relationship, but it may be. But otherwise, whatever has gotten you heels over head, over toes, scream it out. Keen, let it go. It's gone cold and stale and it's no longer serving you, and you sure as heck don't want to be drinking that, okay? We are using our Star Spinner Tarot. And for Monday, we're pulling the King of Cups, which we've been pulling this, but it has been reversed. This time, thank the goodness, it is right side up. Yay! So we're starting our week off with a strong presence, good communication, and a positive attitude. No matter what went wrong last week, we're not going to come in stomping and screaming and wailing. We're going to be calm, focused, positive, and show that we've got the best solutions and how that's going to play out. Tuesday, we have the Empress, which we have also had quite a few times. And we're getting this because we kept our head. We didn't lose our shit. We've got a solid foundation to build on from how we handled that situation on Monday. And we've got everything we need to get the ball moving now. And it's looking really positive. It's going to be a really fruitful day. So just keep laying that groundwork. Keep going with that positive attitude, and it's going to be fantastic. Wednesday, we're going to have the Queen of Swords, which we've also had this card quite a few times. And we're setting ourselves perfectly. You know, we've done a great job so far this week, presenting our case in a positive manner, respectful, solution oriented, which set the foundation on Tuesday to move forward and explore those concepts. And now today, we're going to be focusing on the solutions and the practicality and implementing the one that is going to be the most effective and practical. However, we need to make sure that we're getting the inputs from everybody. Let's make sure, because the Queen of Swords is all about getting the best resolution, and the best resolution always involves other viewpoints. So let's remember that. Ooh, babykins. On Wednesday, we were supposed to check in with everybody and work on building that foundation that everybody can stand on. Because we know what happens when not everybody can stand on that foundation. It's going to fall apart. Well, so now on Thursday, we got the Nine of Swords. Somebody overdid something. You left out some vital information or people to make it work. You set this up to the best work for you, and didn't consider everyone's needs. Is there some petty llama drama going on that you didn't want to include someone or a department? You know, are you butting heads with somebody that you got to bury that axe? This is going to continue to hold you up the rest of your career if you don't bury those axes and try to see where they were coming from. The situation doesn't matter so much, but got to understand where they were coming from, and then you can better put aside whatever issue it was. Got to do it. You got to talk it out with that person or that team or that department. What's holding you back? What is throwing you out of whack? You got to get down to the bottom of that. All right. And on that note, this year, 2025, is not the year to go it alone. We really need to be developing our communities. And on Friday, we have that Five of Wands. So, as you can see, looking at this, we've got the wonderful little heartfelt fairy curling in on herself. Come to find out, when you actually ran those solutions by everyone that needed to help you with this, it wasn't going to work, because you didn't work with everyone and get everyone on board on the same page. And so now you got a little butt hurt and you're feeling it. You were not singled out. It's not that your ideas are bad. You're going to have to reassess and refocus and get everyone on the same page so you can have the fireworks moment. So if Friday told us anything, coming into Saturday, we've got the Star. And you've hopefully realized that you need to find different ways to fill your cup. You cannot have your entire identity based on a single person, a single job, a single career. You need to be a faceted gem. And this is what the cup is telling us about. It's definitely about community. It's about branching out. And how else you're going to get your needs met. Take up needlepoint. Take up rug making. Oh my gosh, tufting is so interesting, but that's aside from the point. Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. And now we come to Sunday. We got the Three of Swords. You have really outdone yourself in fretting and putting yourself in knots over what happened on Friday. But we got to put on our boots and wade through that muck and take it like a champ. You messed up. It's okay. As long as you acknowledge it and admit it and provide a solution on how it's not going to happen again. All right, you've got this. You can do it. And I know that's so horrible, and we've been beating ourselves up because it feels like we're continuing to make the same mistakes. But it is. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't. Sometimes we're making those mistakes in new situations because we didn't realize that that's was going to apply. We were going to have to deal with that in this environment as well. But we do. So just keep your head up. You've got this. If nothing else, love nuggets, I believe in you.